What's up, guys? It's TMD. I'm back. I'm in a phone booth. Yes, there are still usable fucking phone booths in Japan, and I must say, the phone booths in Japan. Oh, cheers, by the way. I'm on the new designed Chuai Suntory Strong 09s. Cheers, kompai, all that shit. So I'm basically going to be doing a series of videos of rants in phone boxes because it's the most safest place that I can think of without any wind or any mad shit going down. Let me get into this video right now. These videos have been overkilled on YouTube for a long time, and I'm gonna get all this kind of information from the internet, which is by a website called thepassportlifestyle.com, and the title, as it reads, if you can read that, guys, is 10 things I fucking hate about living in Japan. I'm gonna cross-reference these 10 things to like how I have my kind of feelings about it, and give you guys some information if you ever want to fucking live here. So the big one, the main one, is obviously, they've put it as number one on here: cost. I'll read some shit off here and then give my feedback. So grab your popcorn, grab a beer, grab a cup of tea, whatever you fucking want to do. If you manage to find a job in Japan, then make sure your salary compensates for the standard of living. Yes, that is fucking important. If not, then it'll be hard to maintain a similar lifestyle. The exchange rate between US dollars and yen has improved dramatically thanks to the mandatory policy changes. But between recent tax hikes and the general cost of living here, like we've just had recently, you can get used to frequent $20 meals and $5 at Starbucks. Space is also scarce, so property around Tokyo is very expensive. Well, of course, it's a city. It's any city in the world. LA, like fucking London, Paris, Madrid, wherever you're gonna live, it's gonna be expensive, right? And that is something I'll get into in a minute. As an example, according to this particular survey, and they've underlined it, the world's most expensive cities from CNN. Let's not start the CNN shit on here, man. Tokyo is ranked as the most expensive city in the work for 14 out of the last 20 years. This guy, I don't know who's written this shit. I paid the equivalent of $2 each for a few limes today. Oh, bro, fucking hell, yeah. I will get onto that. Which is still a lot despite the price increase around the world due to the recent shortages. Enough said. Right. This is what kills me in Japan, right? Let me go on the limes, the citrus sea fucking mad shit. Limes in Japan are fucking expensive. It's ridiculous. Like, I'm into my food videos and I watch like a lot of Mark Wayne's, Food Ranger, and a few other people. And I've just been watching Bald and Bankrupt Harold and Simon's fucking Mexican tour. When I see videos, food review videos of people generally visiting Mexico, there were like bowls of fucking limes, and I'm thinking, like, if that was in Japan, that would be like, you'd have to pay for that. Oh, and Thailand as well. You'd have to fucking pay to have that free lime on your fucking tom yum curry and your tacos. Limes in Japan are one, small, two, hard as fuck. And to be honest, you could substitute that lime taste with maybe other Japanese kind of citrus fruits, but even lemons, and I'll get into that, and I might even make a video about this because this is kind of weird. So where I live, a guy who had a flower shop, a gardening shop near where I live, had opened up a new business. And this guy has got loads of land in this area. It's literally from this spot right here, I could walk there in about 15, 20 minutes. And actually, the name of the business is called Lemon, I think, or Remon. Can't beat lemon, man. And at the back of this business is an orchard where he specifically grows lemons and now fucking limes. And it's kind of funny and ironic that I'm making this video about this topic, limes, because right now the guy is selling like bags of limes, and I actually should go back tomorrow because I've got a day off and see how much they cost. And I know I've tried this guy's lemons, they're organic, they're the best lemons that I've ever eaten. They're really fucking good. And he grows like oranges. Like he's really, he's basically set up a business getting into citrus fruits. It's really fucking good. But yeah, lemons, limes, and the worst one, Harry Singh out there, if you're watching, is fucking cilantro. You Americans call it cilantro. I call it coriander, which I grow now. But coriander is the most stupidest, overpriced fucking bullshit in this country. In England, I can get like a big fucking clump of this shit. Out here, you get like 3 strands and it's like 230 yen. It's just ridiculous. Like, when you have coriander, like, you add it to Asian dishes, but like, if you want to make like a chutney or something, it's gonna cost you a lot of money. And you can grow it for nothing. I've had some bad issues with it though this year. I don't know why it's not growing so well. Going on to land. There is a lot of land for sale in Japan. A lot of land. Where I live, it's basically now they're building, they've built like 10 houses right now where I live. And this is the thing about when foreigners come to Japan, they all want to live in Tokyo because I'm so fucking cool and hip and yo hipster man, yo I'm so cool. And what happens is, and it's happened to a few people that I've known, that foreigners that want to live in Tokyo, yeah, it's great for a year. You're living in the fucking hub of Tokyo, you're inside the Yamanote line, it's easy to work, you can get a job in Tokyo. It's cool. Hey, I'm gonna go to Shibuya every night, fuck some girls and fucking yo, do all this bullshit. But then it comes down to the fact that 1, you'll be broke, 2, you live in a fucking hamster cage, and 3, your kind of duration in this country will be non-existent unless you can work like 10 fucking million jobs and be to the point of death where you're like overworked. But hey, if you want to fucking do that shit, by all means. I live here in the outskirts of Tokyo, in Chiba. Rent is reasonable. Yes, it's an hour commute maybe to some like Tokyo areas, but you're gonna save money. And to be honest, why would you want to live in a small apartment in a shit area? There's rats, there's crows. Just for what? The sake of like, oh, I live in Tokyo, I'm so fucking cool. You know, but that's people's decisions. Let me go back to these. Yeah, job-wise. I can tell you right now, man, it's fucking 2020. The wages in the last 12 years since I've been here have got worse, especially for the English teachers. To live in Japan like what I'm doing now, you will not survive on $2,000 a month. You won't survive on maybe $3,000 a month if you're living in Tokyo, because it's fucking expensive. The rent, I could get into like a full 2-hour video about rent and landlord managers in this country, but I'm gonna keep it down to a nutshell because I want to move on. But like, yeah, it's not easy. And like I said, to survive in this country, if you're single, you're coming out here, you're gonna be working your balls off just to fucking, 1, save money, 2, keep your head above water. Yeah, it's fucking it. But this is the other side to it, right? As you've been seeing, I've been making these hack videos on how to live cheap in Japan. I have like my channel specifically for model kits and toys and whatever, but now I'm getting more into like, I've been here 12 years, I want to get all my shit out, what I've been thinking about, and trying to advise people. There are many videos out here. I'm like last to join the fucking whole, hey, let's talk about Japan, yo, 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 motherfucker, all this bullshit. But in Japan, the food, actually, you can eat out for nothing. You could, some salarymen eat out every night. They don't even want to cook. They don't have to cook, because like you can get a bowl of rice and beef, some salad for like a few bucks a night. It's enough. And you know, there are cheap places, deals. So actually, in terms of living here, if you shop right, it's pretty good. Number 2. Oh fucking hell. You know, these are 10 things that this website talk about, and these are 10 things that I can relate to. But for me to make a short video and not to bore you guys out there, I could spend months, if not a year, talking about every specific thing and how I feel about it and what the reality of this shit is. But the second one is communication. Let's read off the Passport Lifestyle fucking website. 2, communication. Even after 3 years of living here, I'm definitely not fluent in Japanese. I've been here 12 years. I'm not fluent. There were many days in the beginning when I felt beat down and wanted to scream because of the communication barrier. Yep, can relate to that. You can't expect to live in Japan, enjoy it, and not learn the language. Well, you know, I'm married to Japanese, my kids speak Japanese, I work in a Japanese company. Of course, you have to like learn some Japanese and try to speak to people, which is kind of normal anyway. No one speaks English here, so you'll feel supremely frustrated if you need to survive in a country without knowing at least how to get around. Well, I think it took me about, there are some things I still can't do. Banks, horrible. Tax documents, all that mad shit, terrible. Ordering food, no problem. Requesting simple shit, easy. But yeah, some stuff is an absolute nightmare. I've studied my Japanese a lot and have become pretty good, but there are always communication barriers. And learning to read Japanese is totally different obstacle because of one word, kanji. Yes, like I said, guys, I could talk about this for hours and hours, but let me just keep it short and sweet. If you ever need help, want to go out to eat or whatever, just communicating a basic need, like I just mentioned, can make you feel like screaming and pulling out your hair on some days, but you learn patience and you adapt. Additionally, traveling to other areas around Japan without Japanese can also be difficult, especially if it's a small town. You just need to relax and not worry about what happens if you get lost. It's all good. After all, Japan is one of the... are you ready for this one? After all, Japan is one of the safest countries in the world. Oh, fucking hell. I don't know where to start with this one. I really don't know. One is, again, like I said, I'm re-emerging this YouTube channel. I'm gonna be talking about real shit, what happens here. That last comment, you're gonna think differently once I make these new videos. you watch this space. Secondly, I'm going to keep this short and sweet because I've been here 12 years and this is something that is always going to be talked about. As you know, I used to teach English. Japanese people learn English like crazy. They they learn it as part of their curriculum, and when they get to 18, 20, they still can't even fucking understand it. It's something that I feel that is it a waste of time to be teaching English here? And I have this conversation many times. Yes and no. One is the kids love foreigners. They like to see a guy from a different country. You talk about your country, you teach them English, and they have fun. It's all fun in the beginning. Then it becomes high school shit where, oh, I need to get into a good private high school. I need to like pass the EGO exam, which in itself is a complete joke. Do Japanese people need to speak English? No, they don't. Do we need to learn Japanese? Yes. But when these students in Japan have been learning English for that amount of fucking time, they get to 20s and they can't communicate. It's like, why? There is something wrong with this, because if I studied Japanese at school 5 hours a week, six days, went to cram school, went to these eikaiwas, I would think that I would be at a point when I would reach 20 that I could actually formally communicate with a foreigner in English, but it doesn't fucking happen. As you can see in this phone box, there is some English. English is slowly being introduced, but you'll get like some people like, oh, eigo wakanai. I don't like. You'll get Japanese people that are insistent and they're like, oh, I don't speak English, and that's fair enough. Like, I'm not one of these people that expects Japanese people to like speak English. I get it, but that's coming down from like the generation of like the people in the 70s or 80s where English wasn't really needed that much. You know, this whole, hey, Brad from California's coming, your new ALT teacher, yo, I'm a surfer, dude. All that shit was like coming around in the 90s, where the English teaching boom and the English eikaiwa, which is like a language school business, became fucking popular. Kanji, like me at work, I have to use a translator. But it's been funny this week because the translation tool that I've been using has been acting really weird. And this is something else that I'll talk about, translation tools. Japanese is one of those languages where it's not 100% accurate. So my boss is like, Darren, that makes no sense. Darren, this is funny. Darren, like, can you, and it's like, it's one of those languages where it's just, it's hit or miss for translation. French, German, Spanish, no problem. It's mad. It's fucking mad. And even the Japanese people, even in their own language, find it sometimes difficult because they forget kanji strokes, kanji, grammar. Like I said, it just, I could talk for hours and hours about it, but it's something that I can't do because I'm not very good at reading. I know some basic stuff, but once you delve into it, man, and I honestly, I respect people out there who can speak, foreigners that can speak Japanese, read and write. Hey man, fucking props to you. For me, people are like, oh, you've been here 12 years, why can't you speak it? It's because I don't have fucking time to speak it. I don't have the energy and time and effort, you know. I just live life here to the best I can. You know, it's so, and I hate saying this because it's their language. It's like English is difficult. English is really difficult to learn. In Japanese, you've got the added problem like of writing kanji, which is Chinese characters, which is extremely difficult. To do it properly, you need to study it at school, which I'm from England. We don't have Japanese studies. It's like you're coming out here and it's all about like self-motivation and like, you know, discipline yourself and learning it. But for me, I'm getting to 40. I have enough hobbies. Look, I only like doing shit that interests me. Like learning kanji right now is sadly too late in my life. I'll be fucking dead in 20 years probably anyway, so. And yeah, okay, I can't read all this stuff, but why, I hate saying, why do I need to learn it? Because I don't want to read Japanese, apart from documents and contracts and crap. There, I can see some sense in that, but you know, it's, nah, no thanks. I'd rather be painting model kits, eating food, drinking beer, playing games. And like I said, Japan is the only spoken language within this country in the world, so should they speak more English? The Olympics is coming, supposedly next year. Well, good luck with that. Oh, and before I end this number 2 topic, is when you go to restaurants, like there's one place that I go to which is proper Japanese, there's no English. They'll have like food items written in kanji or whatever, hiragana, and if you come to Japan and you want to order food, it'll be virtually impossible for you to actually order shit. So what I did when I first came was just look at people and oh, I'll have one of those. It's an easier way, and then you'll get to learn it through time. But like most restaurants now in Japan, because the Olympics are supposed to be here, they've started to translate into English now, dual language. Number 3, no one drives. Almost everyone takes the train here because owning a car will drain your bank account. Just driving 30 miles along the freeway will kill you with a monthly car payment's worth of toll fees. Not to mention the added cost of parking because of the lack of space. Japan's railway system is one of the finest in the world, and I love the trains for the fact that they're always on time and clean. With that said, taking the train can be supremely exhausting, and at times when you've had a long day like me today, you still need to stand for half an hour in a train cabin, yeah, packed like sardines. It tests you, and again, you'll hone your patience. We've become accustomed to standing for long periods of time on a train, but it's really bad when you're dead tired, aching, yeah, have tons of groceries, or God forbid you make a simple IKEA run. Additionally, in winter and the summer, taking the train can be pretty uncomfortable. Summers here in Tokyo are brutally humid and hot, and the train cabins permeate moisture, cramped with sweaty folks and salarymen. And that 15-minute walk back from the station in the freezing cold or rain isn't much fun either, but you'll tough it out. Do you know what? I'm trying to find out who wrote all this. I can't find out who wrote this, but actually, it's actually well written, to be fair. I have a friend that was like, oh, I've just bought a BMW. And I'm like, oh, great, man. Why don't you catch the train like everyone? I don't want to catch the train. All right, man. If you have the money, you buy the car, you fucking do it. For me, I drink a lot. And I'll be perfectly fucking honest. driving with my wife in Japan, because she's my Uber taxi. One is the roads are small. Two is if you got a manual stick, you won't get out of third gear in most of these town areas. 4, there are people on fucking bicycles. There are people walking on the street, drunk salarymen, fucking shit up. It's so dangerous here. Kids, mums with like fucking kids on their bicycle with no helmets. It's absolutely insane. I don't mind catching the train because I can drink, I can play fucking Call of Duty, I can relax, I can sleep if I want to. Owning a car here, apart from going to like IKEA or I'm saying IKEA or Costco, then yeah, you might need a car, but it's not impossible. Like if you're by yourself and you get one of those big Costco bags, man, you're buying shit for yourself. And IKEA do delivery anyway, so it's not like you need a car anyway. Most things in Japan, near a train station, you've got all your amenities, shops, supermarkets, eat out spots. You can drink outside, chill with your friends. You don't need a car. I think cars, I used to work with cars in England, and I think cars are the biggest waste of money ever. Just because you want to look cool and keep up with the fucking Joneses. You know, oh, look at me, I've got a new Mercedes SLR 6.3 AMG, motherfucker. Oh yes, I want to keep up with the Joneses. You know, I've got this new BMW.